Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. In this presentation, we will discuss DTC P0452, which indicates a low voltage in the fuel tank pressure FTP sensor circuit. This error can lead to performance issues in your Honda Accord from the model years 2017 to 2023. The FTP sensor plays a crucial role in the vehicle's emissions system by measuring the pressure inside the fuel tank, which helps manage fuel vapors. Correctly functioning, it aids in preventing excessive emissions, thereby supporting the vehicle's compliance with environmental regulations. It is located near the fuel tank, typically on the fuel filler neck. Understanding the symptoms, causes, and troubleshooting steps for this DTC is key to ensuring that your vehicle runs smoothly and meets emission standards. DTC P0452 refers to a low voltage condition detected in the fuel tank pressure FTP sensor circuit. The FTP sensor is critical as it continuously monitors the pressure in the fuel tank, providing essential data to the powertrain control module, PCM. Located near the fuel tank, this sensor helps manage evaporative emissions by detecting pressure changes. When the system is functioning correctly, it aids in regulating the fuel vapor recovery process. If the sensor malfunctions, it can prevent the ECM from accurately calculating the fuel-to-air ratio, potentially leading to increased emissions. The FTP sensor's proper operation is vital for maintaining both the vehicle's performance and its compliance with environmental laws. Several factors can trigger DTC P0452. A faulty FTP sensor is the most common issue, as it directly impacts the voltage readings required by the PCM for efficient operation. Additionally, wiring or connection issues can lead to low voltage readings, such as frayed wires or corroded connectors that impede proper electrical flow. The powertrain control module, PCM, itself may also malfunction, causing erroneous data readings. Each potential cause must be assessed systematically to not only identify the underlying problem, but also to rectify it effectively. Ensuring that all components within the FTP sensor circuit are functioning as intended is crucial for correct emissions management. When DTC P0452 is present, various symptoms may manifest, affecting the vehicle's overall performance. One of the most immediate indicators is the illumination of the check engine light on the dashboard. Additionally, drivers may experience a decline in fuel economy, as the engine may adjust fuel delivery in response to incorrect sensor readings. Unusual engine noises could also be present, stemming from poor fuel mixture adjustments. These symptoms not only signal a malfunction that requires attention, but can also lead to more severe issues if left unaddressed. Monitoring the vehicle for these signs can help in the early detection of problems concerning the FTP sensor. The first troubleshooting step in diagnosing DTC P0452 is to turn the ignition to the on position, then clear the DTC using the Honda Diagnostics System, HDS. This action resets the vehicle's error codes, allowing you to observe if the issue persists. After clearing, turn the ignition off and proceed to insert an emergency fuel funnel into the fuel filler neck. This adjustment is necessary for accurately assessing the current conditions of the FTP sensor. Next, re-engage the ignition to the on position and then check the FTP sensor parameters using the HDS. If the signal values are below the threshold of -8 kilopascal, it confirms the malfunction and directs you to the next steps in the troubleshooting process. In the second step of troubleshooting DTC P0452, turn the vehicle to the off-lock mode and remove the emergency fuel funnel from the fuel filler neck. Restart the engine to let it idle and continuously monitor the onboard diagnostics (OBD) status for the same DTC using the HDS. This step aims to confirm whether the error persists. If the HDS indicates a status of failed, it confirms the original issue, allowing you to proceed with further diagnosis. Conversely, if the HDS shows a past status, it may suggest an intermittent failure or a momentary glitch, implying that the system may be functioning correctly at this moment. Regardless, checking for poor connections or loose terminals between the FTP sensor and the PCM may be warranted at this stage. The third troubleshooting step requires turning the vehicle to the off-lock mode again, followed by disconnecting the connector from the FTP sensor. By detaching this connector, you prepare to assess the FTP sensor independently. Once removed, switch the ignition to the on position and then check the signal parameters of the FTP sensor using the HDS. A critical measurement to verify is whether the sensor reading is again below the threshold of -8 kilopascals. If the condition persists, it indicates an issue that warrants further investigation in the subsequent troubleshooting steps. If the values are normal, the FTP sensor may not be the root cause, directing your focus to other potential areas of concern. For Step 4 in troubleshooting DTC P0452, turn the vehicle to the off-lock mode, and then utilize the HDS to jump the SCS line. This shorting control system, SCS action, should be allowed to sit for more than 1 minute to reset system parameters properly. After waiting, disconnect the PCM connector A, 50P, to isolate further testing. The next step is to check for continuity between designated test points, specifically from FTP sensor terminal number 2 to the vehicle's body ground. Testing should be conducted under specific conditions, which include the vehicle being powered off and relevant connectors disconnected. If continuity is indicated, this suggests that a short wire issue exists and requires repair in the P-tank circuit. Conversely, lack of continuity indicates that the wiring is intact, prompting consideration of other components. In the fifth troubleshooting step, it's essential to measure the voltage supply to the FTP sensor for continued diagnosis of DTC P0452. Start by putting the vehicle into the on mode while ensuring the FTP sensor 3P connector remains disconnected. Measure the voltage between terminal number 3 of the FTP sensor connector and the body ground. You are looking for a voltage reading that should be approximately 5.0 volts. If your measurements are around this value, the FTP sensor is functioning correctly, and you should proceed with checking other components. However, if the voltage is significantly lower, this indicates that the FTP sensor itself may need to be replaced, as it may not be supplying accurate readings to the PCM, further confirming the root cause of the DTC. The final troubleshooting step is focused on validating the integrity of the VCC6 line, which is crucial for proper FTP sensor function in light of DTC P0452. Start by switching the vehicle off and then jumping the SCS line using the HDS. Allow a period of at least 1 minute before disconnecting the PCM connector E, 80P. After disconnection, connect terminals A and B of the FTP sensor's 3P connector to the body ground using a jumper wire. The next step involves checking for continuity between PCM connector E terminal 63 and body ground under the specified conditions. If continuity is present, it indicates the VCC6 wire is intact and undamaged. If continuity cannot be established, it confirms an open circuit within the wire between the PCM and FTP sensor, which will require thorough repair to restore proper sensor function. Always ensure that you have access to OEM service information for further assistance if needed. After completing all necessary repairs related to DTC P0452, it is crucial to verify that all repairs have been successfully implemented. Begin by using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to recheck for DTCs. This check will confirm whether the DTC code P0452 has cleared from the system, and if any new errors have emerged following your repairs. If the FTP sensor circuit is now functioning correctly, no additional codes should appear. It is important to perform a road test to observe the vehicle's performance, ensuring that it operates without issues. Successful resolution of this DTC should restore optimal performance, and performance monitoring will help in preventing future occurrences. Maintain a record of the troubleshooting and repair activities for future reference. Preventive maintenance is essential in ensuring that DTC P0452 does not reoccur. Regular checks of the FTP sensor connections are vital to ensure that they are firm and free from corrosion or dirt, as these conditions can lead to intermittent issues. Keeping electrical contacts clean ensures that voltage signals remain stable and reliable. It is also important to inspect the wiring for signs of wear and tear regularly, as exposed wires can lead to shorts or open circuits, triggering DTCs. Adhering to a regular maintenance schedule can mitigate many potential problems associated with the FTP sensor. By monitoring these aspects, you can ensure the longevity of the FTP sensor and prevent future error codes. In conclusion, understanding DTC P0452, which points to a low voltage in the FTP sensor circuit, is critical for maintaining your Honda Accord. Identifying the symptoms such as the check engine light, fuel economy decline, and unusual noises can help in the timely diagnosis of the issue. Using a systematic approach to troubleshooting allows for effective isolating of the problem, ensuring a more efficient repair process. Finally, performing preventive maintenance can help avoid recurrence of similar issues, ensuring the longevity and performance of the FTP sensor and related components. By adhering to these guidelines, vehicle owners can maintain optimal vehicle performance and remain compliant with emission regulations. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.